class, we learned about direct variation. The skills learned were name the constant of variation for the equation, then find the slope of the line that passes through the pair of points. Graph each equation, and use your notes and math book for key concepts because they won't be repeated here. And you can always pause this video and replay. Now let's see one more example from each skill. Name the constant of variation for the equation. So what is the constant of variation? Well, we learned that in y equals kx, which is a direct variation equation, k is the constant of variation. And in the old days, that was really m, the slope. Well, that was yesterday. So here's a line. We know it's a direct variation line. Why? Because it goes through the origin. And k is just the slope, but we call it the constant of variation. So in order to find k, we really need to find m. And luckily, they have given us 2 points here, 0, 0, and over 1, up 4. So I have 2 points I need to find the slope, and to do that, I'm going to use the slope formula. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And in this case, y2, I could even label these. We could call that x1, y1, x2, y2. We'll call these the 2's and these the 1's. So y2 is 4. Minus from the formula, y1 is 0. x2 is 1. Minus from the formula, x1 is 0. That's 4 over 1, or just 4. So the constant of variation is 4. Then find the slope of the line that passes through the pair of points. Well, the funny thing is that the constant of variation is 4, and the slope is 4. Why? Well, the constant of variation is the slope. We just call it a different thing when it's in a direct variation equation. Graph the equation. So here's our graph, y equals negative 7x. One thing I know is that because it's a direct variation equation, it should go through the origin. I know they all go through the origin. So if I'm going to mark my first spot, it should start at the origin. Then next, all I need is the slope. The slope is always 2 numbers. In this case, it's rise over run, or negative 7 over what? Well, if there is no run, you make it a 1. If there is no run, you make it a 1. So I'm going to rise 7, which means go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, run 1. And that's my line. So let's connect these with 2 dots. And there's the line that represents that direct variation equation. Let's look at our second problem. Again, another equation to graph. I felt we needed one more of these because we need the extra practice. Again, I look at it and I go, oh, there's no plus or adding anything to this. So that means the y-intercept is at 0. It has a slope of 2 over 9. So from my origin, I go up 2 and I run 9. In between these 2 pairs of points, I connect them with a line. Boom, that's the line that represents that direct variation